When I left Kenya for Malaysia, that transition opened a gate for me to explore the southeast of this continent. I have never been much of a tourist. In fact, if you gave me food, internet, pen and paper that could last me a year, I wouldn't move my butt. But experiencing Malaysia has been an eye-opener of all the possibilities of fun and the memories that we can have exploring this side of the world. So without being selfish, this is my POV. And my first trip out of Malaysia happens to be to Singapore, the land where my president adores and would quote more times than he mentions development in his speeches. Even better, we are going by bus, so there's a lot to see. Buckle up. You'd want to subscribe to the channel for this one. First, we'll need to catch a train. In Malaysia, there's a card called the TNG, which means touch and go. Now this card would allow you to use the train or the bus service. All you gotta do is load the card with some cash and tap it. That done, we are now set for the train. Leaving Kuala Lumpur behind, even for just a few days, felt surreal. It was clearly my first home in Asia. I will miss it, but Singapore called too. I'm just so glad that I will not need to settle in Singapore because while starting over in a new city and country can be thrilling, but there's a lot that goes into making that happen. It's hectic at some point.
First means of transport done. So now we probably headed to the bus station now. But kuna QR code here, but how much?
Over the course of my stay in Malaysia, you'll notice that Malaysians spell most of their English words like they pronounce them. Technically, what you say is what you get, or is what you read. Well, let's take that again. What you say is what you write. Today, we will be using the Starmart bus. This is what the ticket looks like. This is a normal bus, what you would call economy in flights. We're using this bus because it's the earliest and should arrive sometime before dusk. The executive bus would leave at 6:30 p.m. and of course has extra amenities that this standard bus does not have. Nonetheless, the destination is the promised land, Singapore.
So it's currently 11:14. The bus departs at 11:30. For some reason, it's more of a replica of what's in my country. We're here, the bus is not here yet, but give them the benefit of a doubt. Probably it will be here before 11:30 and we leave exactly at 11:30. So only one way to find out. So we're going to be here until then. Not the only one.
And just when I was about to jinx it, the Starmart Express airliner showed up.
Well, it's finally here, right on time, just like we expected. Of course, they would keep time.
It concerned me that this driver looked tired. I mean, I would wake up smiling every day knowing that I'm going to Singapore. A quick tour around the seat. They have AC controls right overhead, but it's advised to carry some warm attire when boarding these buses because the AC gets a little overcooled sometimes, and they say this is because the temperatures outside are too high. But interestingly, the locals here don't feel it much because they have grown into it. You get a supporting handle on the 4-seat, and sometimes short people use this to swing. No offense. Then there's a convenient cup holder, a footrest, which is another feature that short people would never experience using. My bag is getting in the way, sorry. And by 11:48, we set off. Not so bad for keeping time. Even though it's 18 minutes later, it's way better than what I am used to. Trust me. Barely an hour into the journey, and I'm grateful that my age didn't start to show. But I can't say the same for my woo-yee friend sitting on the other side. But to each their own. Long live the sleepers. This is going to be an interesting journey. I was later surprised that there are features that I had not noticed on this bus. So at this point, I wanted to assume that I'm that forgetful teacher who is going to blame me for not grasping something that I have not even taught yet. How did you not hear me talk about the reclining knob on the seat? So this is just for comfort. And then very interestingly, this is also a massage seat. So you just press the power button right here and the magic happens. That felt really nice. The downside, however, is that you cannot really control what areas of your body you feel the effect on. It just massages your whole back. Well, about 30 minutes into the journey, we have made our first stop, probably to pick other extra passengers. And yeah, what I see so far, I'm quite jealous that they actually have a very nice waiting bay. We were just let out in the street to fry, but where we didn't die. This place is it's extremely hot here, but here they have a really nice waiting bay. Looks more like the airport. Maybe next time. So I wanted to rant, but it turns out I just don't have that personality. I can't do it. The ride got a little boring, so I decided to entertain myself. Well, and you?
You're not going with me, I'm not moving from here. It's your presence I need. Don't lose track of the amount of times we fall down. I'm not as good as people think I am. And to be honest, my strength is all done. Only a few will understand.
My singing literally made it rain. Now, something about rain in Malaysia is that it's warm. So it's more of a mini warm shower. And because it's hot outside, you don't actually feel it on your skin, but you still get wet. It's confusing, but you get what I mean. Too much play did make Frank a dull boy. At this point, it just hit me that this bus did not have a power source. No socket to charge my phone ahead of my arrival, and that's a very big problem, as we'll find out later. So please, if you're using one of these, carry your power bank as a backup if you have one, or just charge your phone and reduce your phone usage while you're in the journey. So 2 hours into the journey, how is it so far? Cruising nicely. I'm so sleepy. I think I've slept for the last 45 minutes. That with the entertainment, my ears are buzzing. Three hours later, we were at our first stopover. 20 minutes for bathroom break and snacks if you can grab some. And I also saw BMW's cousin on the same bed that they love laying on once in a while. No, thrice in a long time.
So this is the first stop we have had since the first
That's
pick,
me,
the first.
super confused. I loved that they thought of everyone at this stopover. At the time of taking this trip, it was the Ramadan season, so they have a dedicated place for the Duhur, which is the Muslim midday prayers. I really hope I said that correctly.
Hi, what are these?
Burger.
Are they burgers?
Burger ayam, chicken or beef?
Chicken or beef.
I do. Give me beef. How much? How much for one?
How much? How much?
Ringgit.
5 ringgit.
Five.
Five ringgit.
Okay.
Anak ringgit.
Okay, I'll get beef and chicken. Then.
Chicken.
Beef and
Chicken,
chicken. Beef and chicken.
Chili?
Oh, no.
Chili?
Only chicken
Oh.
or beef.
Yeah,
Daging.
I can't get both.
No. Dia
Oh.
nak yang double bang daging.
Oh, double ke luar sana.
Okay. So it's currently 2:21 p.m. That's like just about almost 3 hours into the journey. What do I think about so far? It's been a nice ride. It's not overly hot these sides as compared to Kuala Lumpur when we left. But I think we are like literally halfway through the journey. We have 3 more hours to go before we are in Singapore. This is the first stop just for a bathroom break and for a snack. I got myself a beef burger. This cost me just 5 ringgit. I know it's quite pricey for the size, but you know, that's the nature of such stopovers. So it's not, that didn't come as a surprise though. So just, I think we're supposed to be out here for just like about 20 minutes. And then we go back for the second leg of the journey. Yep.
This is the all-inclusive burger that I got for 5 Malaysian ringgit. I say all-inclusive because it has all the races, if you know what I mean. And interestingly, they also didn't allow me to buy more than one burger, and that felt so considerate for me because they say that this is a stopover, so they expect more people to stream in, and so whatever you buy, while it's business for them, they cannot allow someone to over-purchase because everyone needs to at least get something when they arrive at this stopover. I loved it, but then I will end up traveling hungry. And I saw size 8 on a billboard in Malaysia, or so I thought.
Well, hey, now here's another update. We did exit Malaysia. This is the immigration department. Apparently, I cannot go in with my cameras. It's prohibited in there. So we just have had our passports stamped. And I believe the next stop, well, now we're on the other side of Malaysia, which now happens to be Singapore. But I believe now we're going to go through the immigration in Singapore. So yeah, let's keep going.
This water body to my left is part of the Indian Ocean. It's called the Straits of Johor in Malaysia. So Johor is the last state at the border before you cross into Singapore state. The other part of the water body, which is on my right, is in Singapore called the Straits of Malacca. Maybe we can see it while returning back home if we use the road, that is. And now we are officially into Singapore, and you can already tell the drastic change. You have lonely, clean streets with well-manicured hedges. You would think that these flowers are in a homestead or are being managed by someone privately, but no, they are right next to the road. That's just me absorbing the pleasant welcome into a country so neat. Immediately after the border, you see motor industries. It's like they're all located here. It's one after another. I later came to learn that most of Singapore's industries are clustered in specific areas depending on what they do. Being a small country, their urban planning has to be really strategic to try and maintain that order. So here are all motor industries in the country. Then there's another location for just pharmaceutical industries, another one for food processing. Like, they're not just cluttered all over the country like, you know where, yeah. And those yellow stuff you see in the sky, well, they're cranes. And I was later told by my cab driver that they are building the government housing project. Apparently, 90% of all Singaporeans live in government houses, and the remaining 10 are private developers with their own homes. Very commendable. That is the Boon Lay, which is the bus station where we will be hopping off the bus in not so long now.
Well, finally we're here in Singapore. This is the bus station, and well, I'm kind of exhausted. It's exactly 6 p.m. right now, so it means it took us about 5.5 hours to get here because we left Kuala Lumpur at 11:30 a.m. So yeah, I think what's left now, I'm just supposed to get a cab or something to get us to the residence where we're going to be spending this evening. So I just purchased the roaming service, but I'm still not able to access the internet. Is there any way you can help? Yeah, I have it purchased. 988. I think I know. Hello, hey, you're going away. I'm just right behind you.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Okay, I'm here already. Yeah, I'm just here. I'm gonna. Hello, sir.
I found a really conversational driver. I was so tired, but well, courtesy, you know. And he also introduced me to Singapore quite so well. He was a real storyteller.
It's a long distance bus
Yeah, it is a long distance. I think it took like about 6 hours to get
from KL.
from KL. Yeah.
Good.
Sorry?
The custom very fast.
Yeah, it was really fast. Just they got here. I think they got here fast. Yeah. We just had like 3 stops.
You will be.
I'll stay long on the road.
On the train is very convenient because you can speak English, you can read.
Yeah, sure.
Kenya very far.
Yeah, it is very far.
Lucky.
It's like about 19 hours.
You transit in Middle East. Oh, now all chaos.
Sorry?
Now Middle East, all the airport is closed.
Yeah, they're closed in Middle East.
Yeah. Because of the
Iran and the US war.
USA and Israel.
Our president back in Kenya tells us that Singapore is his country, is his model country. So he tells us that he's going to make Kenya look like Singapore.
What about your country? Is it corrupted? Corrupted is very difficult.
Yeah, Singapore is not,
like
is
Singapore, not corrupted.
Exactly, yeah.
Very clean government.
Uh-huh.
Every money they got extra, they build.
Oh, yeah.
Infrastructure. You see, this is a MRT station.
Uh-huh.
New one.
Oh, it's being built now.
Yeah, now under construction.
Okay. So that's the biggest problem we have, corruption, yeah.
No, you have to clean up corruption.
Mm-hmm.
But you corrupt. This MRT line.
In here, you go in.
Well, we got to the hotel room and I was headed straight to rest. See you in the morning. Bye.